Everybunny! I asked you if you had any questions for our Q&A video, and I did get quite a lot of questions, but also one of them was, what is your most embarrassing experience in Japan? And I thought that deserved a whole video in its own right, because honestly I have so many embarrassing stories, but one of them really stuck out, and it's this one. So maybe about 4 years ago, I got invited to model for my friend's brand. Her name's Hiroko Tokumine, and she's like a wedding dress designer, but her designs are really cool. They're kind of like Disney themed, and they're very Lolita, they're very big, they're very poofy, they're really cute, they're very detailed. So I was really excited, and she let me wear the Cinderella dress, which in my opinion is the best. It's so detailed, it's really incredible. So I was super excited. And the location was in Gunma, like really far away, and we had to take a coach. And I was getting ready the night before, and at that time I was really into eating apples. And in Japan, no one ever just eats an apple, like bites into it. Like I've never ever seen that. Usually you cut it. And eating an apple normally is seen as being kind of barbaric. But anyways, I'm a huge barbarian, so I bought an apple to eat, and I put it in my fridge like an idiot. Like, you don't put apples in the fridge. I'm not sure what I was thinking. I was working a lot, and then my brain just wasn't working. So I put the apple in the fridge, and literally like 12 o'clock the night before I had to wake up to go to Gunma, I just felt hungry, and I remembered I had an apple in the fridge. So I got the apple out of the fridge, and I took a really big bite, like and I just felt something like click in my mouth, and it was one of my front teeth had broken. My front two teeth are caps, because when I was a kid I always used to bite things, and eventually I also broke one of my front teeth, so just the front two are caps. And yeah, so my teeth snapped off, and it was literally like, kind of looked like one of them was missing. It looked really bad. So I called the dentist in the area, and none of them would be open before the time that I had to go. And I was honestly, I couldn't just cancel the night before. It was a fashion show. They're never gonna be able to find a model like within a couple of hours notice, so I had to go. I didn't know what to do. Like, I thought maybe I could just keep my mouth closed the whole day, but I knew that wasn't gonna work. So on the way to the bus, I found just a pharmacy, and I found the glue that elderly people use to stick their dentures in, and I put it on the other half of the tooth, and I stuck it on. Oh, it was so embarrassing, but actually it looked okay, and I was like, okay, it's kind of possible, so if I just don't really talk, it should be fine. So we had to meet in Shinjuku, and we had to take this coach, and I didn't realize we'd all be taking the coach together. And there were quite a few models going, and my friend is friends with the really top Lolita models, and they're all going because this was also my friend's wedding event. So there's tons of people there, and one of the models was Misako Aoki, and she's maybe the top Lolita model. I never actually met her at this time before, so I was really excited to meet Misako, and I was just like, oh, I wouldn't have to like speak to her like this. It would just be really embarrassing. So I got on the bus and we got like a Shiseki Bango, which is a seating number, and I think it was done like a lottery, which is kind of a normal thing in Japan. And I just assumed for some reason that I would be sitting by myself, mostly because, you know, like I'm foreign and usually I'm sitting by myself. Anyway, who should get the other Shiseki Bango next to me other than Misako Aoki? Yay! And I was really happy because I could speak to her, but also like the glue was kind of like, I don't know, kind of felt like toothpaste. Like it was working, but I could definitely feel my tooth like moving around. So I was like, she's gonna know, oh my god, she's gonna think I'm so weird. So she sat down and we talked quite a bit. We talked for like 40 minutes. So this was like a 3-hour journey, but the whole time, oh, she must think I was so weird. I was just like, so desu ka? Ah, kawaii. Like, it was just really embarrassing. I tried to be like very demure and not talk a lot and just be like, and it honestly, I just looked insane. Anyways, she was really nice. And then we got to the venue, and things were fine. I put more glue on my tooth, and I just got ready. The process of getting ready took hours, and it was fine the whole time. The tooth looked fine. And then I got the dress in, and I started to loosen up a bit. I started to chat with some people. I got my hair done. I was just about to go on the stage, and it just fell out of my mouth, and I was like, oh my god. So I had to run behind a greenhouse where no one could find me, and like crouch down like a goblin and like put this glue on my tooth and try and put it back. It was really hard, but anyways, I got it in. It didn't look as good, but here we are, and we did the catwalk show. It all went fine, so that's good. And you know, like by this time it was super late. We had another journey back, and honestly I hadn't eaten that day either, because how am I gonna eat? Like, I might accidentally swallow it. So I was exhausted, but luckily I don't think anyone noticed, and that we took the bus home, and the bus home was like free seating and there was less seats, so everyone just sat them by themselves. And as soon as I got on the bus, I'm not sure if it was because I was really hungry or just tired, I did like a really comically big sneeze, kind of like a cartoon character, and I sneezed and my tooth fell out and it rolled under the bus seat and it was just gone forever. It's probably still riding around between Tokyo and Gunma now, and I couldn't find it, so that was that. But it was fine. I put a mask on and then I fell asleep, and then that was the end of it. And like, that wasn't even the most embarrassing part of the story. Okay, that was just the hardship that I had to deal with this tooth. I went to the dentist, and the dentist was a man. He seemed nice, but he seemed kind of clueless, and he fixed my tooth, but it felt a little bit weird. I told him that it doesn't feel right, and he's like, you don't know what you're talking about, like, I am a dentist. And I noticed that there were my front two teeth, but one of them was longer, like he made it longer for some reason. So the next day I was out with my friends, and we went to this famous bakery that's not there anymore in Harajuku. I think it was called Dominique Ansel. It was pretty fancy, and they were serving these crabs. It wasn't a real crab. It looked exactly like a cooked crab, but it was made out of chocolate. The outside was hard chocolate, the inside was soft chocolate. So I bought this crab, and I remember we were walking through Harajuku, and we just kept bumping into people, and we ended up in a really big group. It doesn't usually happen. So I was in Dominic Ansel, and we were like 10 people, I think, and I bit into this crab and my teeth just fell out in front of literally everyone I've ever met in my entire life. Possibly my tooth fell out, and everyone's like, are you okay? No, I'm not okay. So yeah, I finished up and I went home, and I met the dentist again, and I was kind of a little bit angry. It was my own fault because I bit something hard, but also just the tooth felt weird. So this time I requested if I could have a female dentist, and she was great. She took a little bit more time, and she spent more time smoothing it and making sure it looks like the other tooth. And I've had this tooth for like 4 years, and I haven't had any problems with it. And I still go to that dentist like every 2 months. They're fantastic. They do a really good job. So that's my story, and yeah, I still lie awake feeling embarrassed about this. I'm not sure why. The first part of the story, I'm not sure if anyone found out, but the whole day was just like pure anxiety. And I don't know, my friends are kind of used to like weird things happening to me, so honestly my tooth falling out wasn't that weird for them, but it was still kind of embarrassing. Okay, so the point of the story is, in Japan, particularly if you're a foreigner, in England or in America, dental is really expensive. In England we have the NHS, but it doesn't cover dental. So going to the dentist is still really expensive. But I didn't know until I broke my tooth that actually Japanese dentists are really good and they're really cheap. So if you live in Japan and not even if you need any work done, you should go to the dentist, because I go every single 2 months and I get a deep cleaning, and honestly my teeth got much more healthy. So if you live in Japan, I really recommend that you go to the dentist, even if you don't really want to or if you don't like it. I, for one, I'm terrified of the dentist, and my dentist knows that, and she's very good at calming me down. So yes, that's my story. Please tell me if any tooth related things have happened to you. I was really embarrassed also because I thought that I'm quite young to have like tooth problems. It wasn't really my tooth was unhealthy, it was just a cap. But since then I've met quite a lot of my friends have like caps or similar things, and one of my close friends has a very similar thing that happens to her tooth, so now it's not as embarrassing for me. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe.